Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
Die Wahrheit? Biologie. Ich gebe meine ganzen Punkte drauf.
Were you able to recognize the prowler?
Unfortunately not, no. It was dark, and Lord Mortimer was waiting for me. I was not really paying attention anyway.
Das kleinste Detail, Schwierigkeit 1, Befragung 1.
Excuse me for insisting, but if you saw him or her, I'm sure you would have more information than that. It's just that you don't think it can be of help to me.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Was it a woman, for instance? Bearing in mind that all the women here wear whalebone dresses, which is rather noticeable.
A man, I should say. I don't recall seeing the silhouette of a dress.
You see, you saw many things, in fact.
Hang on. Laissez-moi réfléchir. Let me think a minute.
A wig? His height? The sound of his footsteps, maybe.
Ah, his height. Oui, somewhat imposing. A tall man, and straight. As for the rest, I don't know, Monsieur de Richet.
Not to worry. That's already quite a lot. Thank you for everything.
So, ein Mann hat ihr Zimmer hinterlassen.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight, so I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No. Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you. Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave. Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
So. Aber ist nicht das Attentat nicht um 3 passiert? Zumindest können wir das ja ableiten von der Uhr, die in Elisabeths Zimmer aufzufinden war, die um 3 Uhr stehen geblieben ist. Und diese Herren hier spielten nur bis um 12. Also hatten sie danach noch alle mögliche Zeit, schreckliche Dinge mit der guten Dame anzustellen. Ach ja, Inventar voll. Ah, ja. Nee, hier ist nichts. Ein Mann hat ihr Zimmer verlassen. So. Wen hätten wir denn jetzt noch? Haben wir irgendjemand vergessen? Wir haben Emily, wir haben Van Woolner, wir haben Washington, wir haben Bonaparte. Eigentlich Peru haben wir auch. Der, ja, ich glaube...
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ich glaube, ich werde... Weiß jetzt nicht, wen ich noch befragen könnte. Ich gucke gerade noch mal rum. Aber ich glaube, ich habe Piaggi vielleicht noch mal.
Huh, that's me.
Ja. Warte, das hier? So, Piaggi. Ach, kommen wir nicht rein. Okay. Vielleicht gehen wir auch einfach mal runter. Aber die Aufgabe war ja jetzt erstmal auch in allen Zimmern der Leute nachzuschauen, nach dem Rechten zu sehen. Washington. Das ist Elisabeths Zimmer. Ich finde schön, dass die Musik gerade aus ist. Immer so wahnsinnig laut und aufregend und hibbelig und so. Ich glaube, ich werde runtergehen, ne? Von Wohlner, den hatten wir auch schon. Ich glaube, ich gehe runter. Wir haben alle. Nee, kann gar nicht runter? Nee, kann nicht runter. Vielleicht sollte ich auch einfach nochmal in meinem eigenen Zimmer nachgucken. Wir gucken nochmal in meinem eigenen Zimmer nach. Das war Elisabeths Zimmer. Geht's hier um die Ecke? Washington? Hier? Ja, die ist nur zur Verzierung da, die Tür. Piaggi kommen wir nicht rein. Ist nicht da. Der pennt oder was weiß ich. In unser Zimmer kommen wir auch nicht. Okay. Wen haben wir denn jetzt noch vergessen?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ne, kommen wir auch nicht rein. Hä? Sagt mal, Kinders. Was habe ich denn jetzt vergessen?
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Ja, da waren wir gerade drin.
Monsieur Jacques Perreux.
Peru? Da nochmal reingehen? Weiß es nicht, eigentlich habe ich alles. Der Gute ist gar nicht mehr da. Ist fort. Können wir jetzt tatsächlich auch nicht mehr befragen.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel.
Lord Mortimers Einladung. Nee. Nee. Ich weiß gerade nicht mehr, wo ich weitermachen soll. Ach, da steht er ja.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Gefällt es ihm, Frauen zu schlagen? Das ist ja gemein. Elisabeth Adams umgebracht, Schwierigkeitsfrei, Befragung Stufe 1. Ich kann mir auch gerade... Moment. Doch. Doch können wir. Moment. Wir haben hier... Nächsten Fertigkeitseinsatz werden keine Konzentrationspunkte fällig. Ich drücke 4. Das machen wir mal. Wir probieren das jetzt mal. Wir drücken mal die 4. So, zack. und Manipulation.
Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy. You weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
Befragung. Also. Kann ich das jetzt nochmal nehmen? Nee. Also. Offenbart vorübergehend die Immunität und Schwächen, die sich in den Dialogen auswirken. Gibt negative Effekte auf.
I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations, you've wrapped up the investigation.
Ja, ja, wir kommen hier nicht weiter. Gut. Schade. Ich hätte doch das andere nehmen sollen. Bonaparte. Perü. Ich werde mal ganz kurz die Karte öffnen, weil ich mir gerade nicht mehr sicher bin, wo ich hinlaufen darf und wo nicht. Richets Zimmer. Der große Balkon. Hier befinden wir uns. Was ist da? Hier sind diverse Treppen. Ich werde es hier nochmal in der Treppe probieren. Vielleicht kommen wir da runter. Beziehungsweise hoch. Ja. Genau. Hier wollte ich hin. Oh, Alter. Hey, kommst du hier hoch so? Bloß gleich wieder runter, um dann wieder nach oben zu laufen. Slapstick, Comic, Humor. Oh weia.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing. One last thing. You must know that Peru hit young Adams on the evening of our arrival. Apparently violently attacked her in the small salon.
Do you know anything else about the attack?
Oh, unfortunately not. I arrived too late to intervene. Young Miss Adams had already been submitted to the foul lout's rat. Otherwise, you can believe me, it would not have happened.
Gut. Jetzt haben wir tatsächlich wirklich alle. Obwohl Piaggi hat man, glaube ich, schon angesprochen, letzte Folge.
Great. Honey.
Juhu.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Will you remind me of the facts we already know about?
Elizabeth Adams was killed last night, but Piaggi was with Holm and I until late at night. As for Bonaparte and Washington, they left us after midnight, both tired.
I believe I've identified the murderer.
Really, Louis? All right then. Please think carefully before you give me your answer. This is a very, very serious accusation.
Es ist eigentlich beides. Ein Mann wie eine Frau. Und was soll ich jetzt antworten? Wer rührt kein Alibi? Perru.
It would appear that Monsieur Perru is the culprit.
What proof do you have against him?
I found a footprint in the victim's blood. The size corresponds to a very tall man.
That's certainly suspicious.
He hit her before yesterday evening. His Eminence Piaggi can testify to that fact.
Ah, very interesting. Anything else?
Er hat kein Alibi. Es gibt nichts anderes. Er hat kein Alibi. Aber die Option haben wir hier nicht.
I
Also
believe
reicht
there's
es.
enough here to prove his guilt.
Very well. I'll share your conclusion with Gregory, and then I shall take care of everything from now on. Given the eminent guests and the important political issues involved, I trust you will leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She seems to be making every effort to steer clear of your guests.
What do you mean?
For the past few weeks, my mother's been playing cat and mouse, if you will. I don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she's trying to avoid someone. The question is, who?
And in your opinion, would she be the cat or the mouse?
Die Katze. Aber ich denke auch, dass sie mitbeteiligt ist.
Knowing my mother, she would be the cat.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him, because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me.
Wie kommt er jetzt auf die Waffen?
Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
Ach so.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play, and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
She was looking for someone.
What do you mean?
In Paris, we were working on a smuggling case to do with occult objects. We had just arrested a dealer who intended to go to you to meet a buyer. My mother was here to find out to whom he intended to sell his stolen treasure.
Oh. What was the name of your dealer?
The dealer was called von Burchard. As for the buyer, he was unknown to us.
No, I don't know anything about that. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Her not coming back to the manor after so long makes me wonder if she is wary of someone.
Well, certainly. But whom? The only ones who were present during her stay were Sir Gregory, Duchess Hillsborough, Mr. von Boulder, and myself.
You forget Elizabeth Adams, my lord.
That's true. But Gregory and I arranged it so that they wouldn't run into each other. I thought it had worked. Do you think that your mother felt she was in danger because of Elizabeth?
It's possible.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
The armistice between the Russians and the Turks. Russia's come out of it having officially won Crimea, which gives it direct access to the Black Sea.
And, at the same time, the Mediterranean Sea. I'm worried about the decisions Tsarina Catherine might decide to take. She's a woman who managed to get rid of her husband to accede to the upper reaches of power. Gaining access to the Mediterranean Sea remains her main objective. When she still had that dear Potemkin as her lover, I could always find out about her intentions, but those days are over.
You're speaking of Grigory Alexandrovich Potemkin?
The very man. The little devil behind the mother of all Russians. Since his death, I know absolutely nothing of what the Tsarina is up to.
Oh, really?
Ah, yes. I didn't mean to shock you. Please forgive me. Let's just say that, in my position, it is often advantageous to know about the habits and customs of world leaders.
I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the Third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Unfortunately, my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. she resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on. Emily has a twin sister who knew my mother? She playing it, goddammit. That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that? Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation, until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Die Mutter, ey.
The room was just opposite Mortimer's
Die Mutter.
study.
Das gibt's nicht. Die dreht vollkommen am Rad. Okay, das war eine ziemlich lange Folge für dieses Mal. Ich hoffe, euch hat's gefallen und wir sehen uns bei der nächsten Folge wieder von The Council und schauen mal, was unsere Mutter so auf dem Dachboden treibt. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.